Hello, New Zealand. Erev Tov. It is my pleasure to be with you all today.
I believe it's the first time that the Jewish community here in New Zealand hosts an Israeli minister.
We have approximately 5,000 Jews in New Zealand, of which 3,000 of them are in Auckland. The community itself is very supportive of Israel. A lot of our events that we have, Yom HaZikaron and so on. The community itself, I probably would describe as more traditionalist than modern Orthodox.
We are celebrating our 50th year of Kadima. We are the only Jewish school in New Zealand. Kadima is very, very well known for its academic achievements, humanist values, inclusiveness and diversity.
Our children graduate from Kadima well-rounded, articulate and fine leaders and proud of their Jewish heritage.
The Zionist Federation has been in existence in New Zealand since pre-state days. When we put on events, we're able to draw in people from across all different elements of the community, whether they be Chiloni, Dati, Reform, and Zionism and Israel advocacy is still very, very strong in New Zealand.
Quite a few people, members of the congregation, are Holocaust survivors.
I want to start with a very special Sefer Torah, which I can also attribute to Auckland. This was written by Dr. Adriel Glick here in New Zealand. We're not a local Jewish community, we're a regional Jewish community, and part of the money we raise and the initiatives we have is to provide Jewish life for all communities that are in very, very remote locations. And we are a Jewish community for tourists, for locals, and it's a very huge privilege to be here.
Both my wife and I are Holocaust survivors. Frida and I made an early decision not to look back too much, but to look forward and to make whatever contribution we can, not only to the Jewish community, but the general community of New Zealand.
I'm the Merakizit of B'nai Akiva New Zealand. We are a growing youth movement. It's an environment where our kids can express their Judaism unapologetically. Yeah, it's a safe space for Jewish kids, I would say.
I'm the Maskir of Habanim Draw Aotearoa New Zealand. We're a cultural Jewish youth movement, so more on the secular humanist side of things.
One of our main goals here as Shlichim that were sent by the Jewish Agency and World B'nai Akiva is to really form that connection between Israel and New Zealand parts, and we feel that conversations like this tonight with you, these kind of meetings, is just another step into building and forming a strong relationship between New Zealand and Israel, despite the distance and the differences.
It is beautiful to see how you all work together, the Kadima School, the synagogue, and the youth movement. You have diversity in your community. You all actively choose to work together and cooperate. It's so special, but so important for us. In the end, Kulanu, we share a common destiny. I see it as my obligation and honor to represent your voice within the Israeli society and government. שיהיה בהצלחה, שיהיה שנה טובה, a lot of health ובריאות, ותודה רבה. אני באמת מאוד התרגשתי. Thank you.